YouTube, it's Gina. It's Wednesday today, and I missed Tag Tuesday, but I have been tagged recently, and I wanted to do the 50 questions you've never been asked tag. I was tagged by Mark at Book Time with Elvis. Thanks, Mark, for tagging me. And this is kind of a fun tag. It's 50 questions long, so some of them I'm gonna go through pretty quickly, but you guys know I really enjoy doing these kind of just chatty, fun, non-bookish tags every once in a while. They're fun ways to just sit down and chat with you and share a little info and get a little info in return. If you'd like to answer any of these questions down below, please feel free to do that. I've got 3 cats right now that are wandering around, so they may make an appearance. We'll see. So let's get started. Question number 1, what's your favorite candle scent? Probably something like vanilla. Greg is very sensitive to smells, and so we've got to keep anything in the house very lightly, naturally scented. Question 2 and 3 are, which celebrity do you wish were your sister and your brother? And I'm gonna say people wish they were my sister because I have the best sister bunch in the whole world. So it's very hard to get into the Stan Your Sister group. That's all I'm gonna say. Question number 4 is, how old do you think you'll be when you marry? I am married. I have been since I met Greg and we moved in together when I was 29, and actually it was my 30th birthday. It was October, so it was a little after I had turned 30. And gosh, that was now almost 25 years ago. Yikes. Question number 5, do you know someone who is a hoarder? Yes, I do. Like a real hoarder. I think I know some people who have tendencies, but I do also know a couple people that are hoarders. Can you do the splits? No. How old were you when you learned to ride a bike? I have no idea. I don't have a good memory, so I've been riding a bike for a long time, since I was very young. How many oceans have you swum in? I think just the one, the Pacific. What would you name your daughter if you had one? And what would you name your son if you had one? I have no idea because I don't have any kids and I never had any desire to have kids. And so I never really gave any thought to what I would name those non-existent kids. What's the worst grade you got on a test? I don't know. Some of these questions, you guys, it's been so long since I've had to take a test on anything. I haven't had to take a work test for a long time. School's been ages ago now. I was always very good at school though, so I've always gotten good grades on tests. What was your favorite TV show as a kid? I'm trying to remember. I loved the, again, it depends on what your definition of kid is. Like in high school, I loved 30-something. Do you remember that show, 30-something? I loved Cosby Show, Family Ties, Friends when I was much older. I mean, I was an adult at that point in the 90s. That's all I can really think about or remember. What did you dress up as for Halloween when you were age 8? Kiss. I was the spaceman. Have you read any Harry Potter? Yes, I've read all of the Harry Potter books 2 or 3 times. For sure 2, possibly 3. I don't remember. Hunger Games, no. Twilight, no. Would you rather have an American or British accent? I would love to have a British accent. I think they're so charming and beautiful, but I am American. Did your mother go to university? Yes, my mother actually went to college at the same time I did. She did not graduate from high school, and went back to school and went to college when I was starting college back in 1985, 86. So we were kind of going to college at the same time, which was fun. Different colleges, but fun. Are your grandparents still married? They're all dead. These questions were clearly written for a younger person. Have you ever taken karate lessons? Yes, I have actually. Took a karate class in college, and I loved it. And then I took a karate class at a dojo when I was in my 20s, loved that. And then I never really went back to it, but I have on a couple of occasions. Do you know who Kermit the Frog is? Of course. Who does not know who Kermit the Frog is? He's so well known. Is that another age thing? Do young people these days not know who Kermit is? I don't know. Let's see. What was the first amusement park you visited? That would have to be Disneyland. I was living in Disneyland area when I was born, and so we went as very young kids. What language would you like to be fluent in? I would love to be able to speak Spanish and French. Do you spell it gray or gray with an A or an E? I spell it the correct way with an A. Is your father bald? Half and half. Do you know triplets? I do not. Do you prefer Titanic or The Notebook? Neither. Have you ever had Indian food? Yes, I have had Indian food. What's the name of your favorite restaurant? I'm gonna have to go with Beauty and Essex in Las Vegas. That's my favorite right now. I don't have any local favorites, but I love Beauty and Essex in the Cosmopolitan in Las Vegas. Have you ever been to Nando's? No, and I did not know what Nando's was until I heard about it on this tag. Do you belong to any warehouse stores? Yes, I do, one, but I hate it. And I go there as little as possible. And I honestly would rather spend a smidge more, and I'm not sure that they're even that much less expensive for most things. I'd rather spend a smidge more and have a nice, pleasant shopping experience. So I don't go there very often. What would your parents have named you if you'd been the opposite gender? I have no idea. It's never come up. What's your nickname? Gigi. Who's your favorite person in the world? I cannot answer that question because I have several favorite people and I cannot ever pick one. Would you rather live in the country or the city? I am definitely a country girl. When my sister and I moved to the Seattle area, we were looking in the city for an apartment. We ended up in the suburbs because we were definitely not city girls, even though we thought we would like to try it. So we ended up in the suburbs. We're there for a few years. And when I met Greg, he had a beautiful little house in the country, and I have lived here ever since and absolutely loved it. I have 3 acres. We live in a town that's probably, I don't know how much population we've got. A couple gas stations, one grocery store, a few bars. There is a library and a couple of antique stores. So it's perfect. If there was a bakery and a bookstore, it would be the perfect place. Can you whistle? Yes, I can. Do you sleep with a nightlight? No, but we have phones and clocks on our side tables, so there's almost always light coming in, which I would like to get rid of because I'm a light sleeper and I prefer it to be pitch black. Do you eat breakfast every morning? I eat breakfast at about noon. I'm not much of a morning person. Do you take any daily pills or medication? I do not. Sometimes I take a vitamin. What medical condition do you have? How many times have you been to the hospital? I just was at the hospital to have my appendix removed. And before that, I've had my tonsils out, just the usual stuff. Have you ever seen Finding Nemo? Yes. Where do you buy your jeans? Thrift stores. What's the last compliment you got? don't know. I mean, I get lots of nice compliments from you guys in my comments. People tell me that they like my channel, which is so delightful. I absolutely love that. Do you usually remember your dreams in the morning? Maybe for a split second. Do you do that? Like I wake up for a split second, I go, oh, and then it's gone. What flavor tea do you enjoy? My favorite tea right now is Tulsi Rose. It is so good. It's just a herbal rose tea. It's really, really yummy. How many pairs of shoes do you currently own? I probably have about 15 pairs of shoes. Some summer, some winter. I'm not a huge shoe person or clothing person. What religion would you raise your children to practice? I don't have children, don't plan on ever having children, and I am not a religious person, so I would not raise children with any religion if I had them. And how old were you when you found out Santa wasn't real? I don't know. My gosh, you guys, I'm bad at these questions. I have no memory. I remember believing in Santa, and then I remember not. And I have no idea when the crossover happened. So that was kind of funny and fast, but fun. I enjoyed it. And that's all I'm going to say for now, and I'll talk to you later.